Okay.
Okay.
Johan!
Oh, well, we're starting right now. Okay.
Yeah. I told you we're starting right now. Johan!
Man,
What are
kind of
we
just like
doing
zoned
today?
out. I don't know. I don't know. What are we doing?
Well, we specifically are doing a kind of vlog slash I don't know what this is, a podcast. The point is we are going to be mainly talking about our thoughts on the new Halo game because
Yeah, yeah.
we have some interesting things, and we're also just going to catch up on what we've been doing in general. So we're going to start with that. If you're just here for the Halo stuff, then go to the time that's flashing on the screen now that I will have to figure out in editing because I don't know how long this bit's going to last. But that's when we start talking about we're going to save the
Okay.
Halo thing till last. So we're going to warm up with some basic stuff that we have going on. Do you have anything in particular you want to talk about first?
Um. No, I don't. I don't. I mean, I think I've mentioned Grounded a couple times already in the video, but it's actually a really decent game. You should
No, you
definitely get it.
didn't. Well, you did, but you didn't because you mentioned it in our Portal 2 video, not the stream, the video. And the video didn't work because my audio settings decided to reset themselves slash not quite reset themselves, so it broke.
Are you sure that wasn't the stream? I feel like that was the stream the other day.
It might have been. The point is, you can talk about it again.
Yeah. So Grounded is this new thing from Obsidian.
I
The
will
guy.
edit in an image of it now. Which,
Yeah,
by the
and
way,
it.
just before you talk, I'm going to take out the image of Grounded and show you what's underneath that image, because what's underneath is Ewan's screen. Say hello, Ewan. Wave your mouse. So now I get to see what Ewan's doing. Ewan's just doing some Unity work because we're both game developers. Who Ewan has a game published. I am working on that.
Yeah.
So go on, Grounded. Tell me what's Grounded.
So Grounded is a classic survival. I say classic, your typical early access survival game, but it'll get there because it's by Obsidian, so it's not just like a one time weirdo in his mum's garage. Um, but oh, that's a full on box clodder
Ewan, what exactly are we doing right now?
stuff. But the point of what was I doing is
Obsidian.
that yeah, it's different. It's not just a survival game. It's you're shrunk down into your own back garden, and everything is just not the size you'd expect it to be because it's life sized, but you're mini. So it really puts in perspective what's in your own garden, and the apex predator of the game, the tough enemies that will I've never screamed more like a girl consecutive in my life, is a couple different types of spiders. And if you get close to them or irritate their webs, or just generally they might just be lurking around and chase you. And you can kind of hear them because you can hear the thuds of the ground like a T-Rex is coming around or something.
Does it do the puddle thing? Because I think there are puddles in that game.
I think so. I think so. I haven't quite noticed it. I'm too busy screaming like a girl and running. But it's terrifying because a spider in real life, real size, is quite small. I mean, some of them can get massive, but now you're the spider compared to a human in real life. These things are massive, terrifying creatures, and at night they've got glowing eyes, and some of them have got bright yellow backs. They're just tippity tapping towards you, and the grass moves out the way for them because the physics engine's quite good. And honestly, terrifying for someone that's got like severe arachnophobia. There is an arachnophobia mode you can turn off, so they're just floating white blobs with a singular eye.
That's
But
nice.
what's the fun in that? What's the fun in that? The fun of this game is it's quite peacefully roaming through a bit of grass. You hear a thud, you turn around, you scream like a little girl and run in the direction. Hopelessly, of course, because these fuckers are quicker than you, and you will die.
I will say I've watched one video on it, literally just one. And what really intrigues me is it looks like there's going to be a really good story.
Oh yeah, there's not that much of a story at the moment,
Yes.
but there will be.
This is starting to look like Not in the game style, but in like how well written it will be and how well paced it will be. It's starting to look a bit like how Subnautica went. In that, it got all the mechanics in, released it as an early access so that people seemed to get the mechanics and were like, this is good mechanics. And then built up this epic, really well-paced story around it. That's what Subnautica did, and that's what I'm hoping this does.
The perks of it is it's made by Obsidian, the people that made the original Fallouts and made the Outer Colonies, or I think it's called the Outer Colonies? Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds is what it's called.
What's Outer Worlds again? Remind me.
An RPG. So Obsidian are really good at making their RPGs, which is kind of what open world games are. You are role playing as the Cass from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
It looks good, and I like that there's voice acting.
The perks of showing my screen is if I get this up.
Oh yeah, right. You can get it up. You can play it if you like.
I spoke about the trailer. See, this is the arachnophobia mode. You can change them to look like that.
Oh, that's cute.
And I spoke about the trailer on stream, how it's like, if you want to look at the biggest game of the year, and it makes a really comedical thing. So there won't be sound, but we'll link the actual trailer in the description of this. And I think it's quite funny.
It looks beautiful as well.
Oh, it is.
I do like how you can actually start the story fairly early on, in the one I watched, and then it seems to go wrong, and there seems to be a lot going on.
Oh, there is, yeah. And the base building is great.
Yes, that does look. That looks like almost like the Ark base building, but better.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, the base building in Ark isn't god awful.
No, the base building of Ark is probably one of the better features of the game.
Yeah.
Imagine those coming at you. It's terrifying.
Oh.
And you can explore caves and stuff. I say caves, they're ant tunnels. But
yes. Wait, hang on. Was that a Battletoad?
Yeah, it was a Battletoad.
Do Obsidian make Battletoad?
No, that's Rare.
Ah.
Which are making a remake of Battletoads. I wanted to borrow my escape too much, and I didn't quite make escape on the keyboard. I pressed the grave key.
Well, that's good to know.
I mean, but they are, See, look, this is what I was on about. Look, the game is buggy.
Yeah.
I can't see my mouse in
the game is buggy.
Yeah.
No, really.
But I think
how dare you? Those are features.
I think there's not a picture of one of the spiders.
If
in
only
full.
you had something where you could search images, like a World Wide Web, where all things are connected.
Well, that's not true. Not ground spiders, grounded spiders. Oh, I should probably press S. But you can. Okay. Where's a really nice picture of it? Here we are. Imagine just quite aimlessly walking through your own back garden, and that big ass fucking thing leaps out of nowhere at you, and they screech, they roar, and I mean it's terrifying.
I really hope in arachnophobia mode it changes the roar to something really silly like "Mama, Mama."
I don't know, but I mean that's arachnophobia mode. It just.
Wait, hang on a minute. Grounded. Easy kill an orb weaver spider. Shut up, phone. I put you on silent. What is your deal?
Mine's also ringing. They aren't easy to kill. Those things are tanks. It's actually impossible.
Well, what I'm saying is that says orb weaver spider. Does that mean they're going to have more spiders in?
Yeah, currently I've encountered wolf spiders and orb weavers, but I think there are a couple more.
Oh, I'm just saying if they add in a tarantula.
I don't want them to. It's terrifying. Look at that night mode. That thing.
Okay, if they add in
eyes.
But if they add in a tarantula, I'm just saying because of the size difference, I want there to be like a Shadow of the Colossus style battle on the tarantula.
it's actually just terrifying. Yeah. I just no. It's just
Large. So when you googled things, some of the suggestions were just large, and it was a massive spider.
it
Uh,
it.
so that's what you've been playing. And speaking of open world RPGs, I have been playing an oldie but a goodie, modded, of course.
Good old Todd Howard, yeah.
I haven't been playing Todd Howard. I've been playing
Oh,
Skyrim.
if only your Todd cam was still working.
I have it. It's just not plugged in. It might be plugged in, but I haven't got it set up. I do have. Okay, so I'm going to explain what Todd Cam is because we've mentioned it a few times. I don't think we've ever explained it. I have a dice tray, and to make the dice tray smooth, I put in like a piece of cardboard, and I thought, do you know what would be funny if I printed someone's face on it? So I printed Todd Howard face on it, and while I was playing D&D with some people, and I'm like, oh, I have dice cam, and because of how I've got my camera set up, I've got the cameras on dedicated, like on a USB hub with buttons, so I can just turn them on and off, and it auto switches. I'm like, I can just switch to dice cam, so I switch to it, and it just shows up with Todd Howard face, and I got quite a few laughs of that, and that made me happy.
It is quite funny.
I love Todd Cam, but Skyrim, modded Skyrim, I've been playing it.
Oh, God damn
That's
it.
good. Yeah, just quickly switching back to another RPG that Ewan's building. I see it's going well there.
Well, because I've got the essential loader, you're not supposed to start in this scene, so it just spawns you anywhere. So
do you know what you could
it's
do?
not really where I wanted to be.
You could get some rock climbers and climb up those cliffs.
Well, that's going to be a different scene. You come up here and you'll be able to look down on this.
Ah. Well, I mean, if you get some rock climbers, you could do that. But Skyrim, I've got a bit of an issue with the latest. I think it's the Nexus Mod Manager app that's causing this, but I don't know because I've never had this big of an issue before. But I got the latest version, and that seems to be an issue. Do you know what's just occurred to me?
Huh?
The sizing of my recordings off. I'm gonna because I've probably been editing it out so it's not off in my editor. Just look at the recording, people. I'm gonna unedit it, so this is how it is normally. Something's wrong here.
Yeah, something is wrong.
I'm gonna fix that while I describe. That's turn it off. I'm gonna fix this while I describe my issue. The issue is every time I Alt Tab, it can just crashes. It blue screens, and I don't fully understand why.
I feel like I've done something wrong here as well.
Or you've done something right.
I was trying to start the dialogue and making sure. Yeah, no. My box collider is correct. It's set to a trigger. It's set to start the conversation.
Yeah.
Also, the conversation. Empty. It's just empty.
I see. That could be an issue. We're going to end this general rank because I thought we were going to take like 15, maybe 10 minutes on this bit, and we've gone for like half an hour, and we haven't even talked about the Halo stuff yet. And that was the point. That was the whole point, is we were going to talk about this because we have stuff to talk about.
Right, Halo.
Yes, getting on to the main topic of what we were going to talk about in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, the main point I have to say is this is for the new Xbox. I mean, that's like 4K, 120 FPS. It's the future of gaming.
Wrong. That's my issue.
Proceeds to contain graphics that
okay. Honestly, ignoring are they the heavies? What are they called?
Brutes.
The brutes. Ignoring the brutes, I quite like the look of the game. The issue I think most people have is they hear the next console, they expect 4K and 120 FPS. I don't think that's the case. Realistically, how far are they moving it on? Because here's the thing, the point of a console is that it's affordable to everyone.
I mean, it's affordable, but it's also 600 quid, so...
Exactly. For that amount of money, you could be building a gaming computer. And I think the issue is, that's what they sort of have. They're building a gaming computer on a really tight budget. In fact, 9 times out of 10, they're losing money on each console because they make the money on the games. What that really means when you think about it is that they are spending so much on this console But they may as well just be selling a computer. But they can't sell a computer because it's computer gaming. And this is why I'm in the firm camp of PC gaming is better. Purely because consoles nowadays are just worse gaming computers.
And
With a
let's
dodgy
not forget
OS.
that. Let's not forget that console games now cost £60.
Yes. Honestly,
and PC games, because just wait for the Steam sales and they cost about £5.
Yeah. If they said we're not going to make an Xbox anymore, or they did make an Xbox but just made it a cheap gaming computer and just worked on controller integration and keyboard integration, I think they could. The graphics, again, I don't think it looks bad. I think apart from the brutes, I think it looks perfectly good. It doesn't look epic and great.
I mean,
but it looks good.
Okay, well, look at the image I've got up right now is taken from I think the reveal trailer,
Yes.
and it looks so flat and dull and untextured.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be the same brutes from
Go from the Halo. No, go from
2.
the Halo 2. Not Halo Wars 2. I would have gone from the Halo 2 cutscenes because those.
I mean, no, they're supposed to be the same brutes of Halo Wars 2. And if I can,
you've just searched Halo Wars 2, Ewan.
Whoops. Halo Wars 2 brutes, and I mean, I want one that's actually taken from in-game and not like a fan art. And there. Look at how much more detailed and scar and depth their skin looks in Halo Wars 2, which is the previous Halo game, to that.
Yeah.
Oh wow, detailed like hairs. Flat. Wow, I can actually see inside these scars and these wrinkles.
Yeah.
That looks like paint more than a wrinkle.
Yeah, I admit, if they had just taken the model from Halo Wars 2, I think people would have been almost overjoyed because it was a damn good model. You'd need
Halo. I mean, if I now go Halo 2,
here's the issue: can the console handle that? Because I'm not convinced it can.
I think it would be able to, but I mean, even the Halo 2 brutes look a lot better.
Hmm.
And this is from the anniversaries. This is from the remastered. They could have just used these ones.
They could have. Can the console handle that? I don't.
Well, yeah, Halo 2 anniversary is from.
Yes,
from
in
the Xbox.
that world and that game engine, but all of that's new and all of that's different. What I'm saying is, I think they've lowered it down because they needed to.
I really hope they optimize it somewhere else, because Christ, their PS1 games that look better than that.
Honestly, change the brutes. Maybe add in a couple of scratches to some other bits just for some detail, and I'd be more than happy with those graphics.
Yeah, I mean, this is my next gripe. Those pillars, they're literally flat. They're just flat, solid color.
Yeah, add some like scratches to them. I think they will look beautiful.
Look at the ones at the top. Yeah. They look all rocky, and then there's ones there that are just literally a solid color.
Yeah, I think a couple of changes to that. But again, we've seen the trailers, and the trailers will run at 120 FPS?
Yeah.
I think that's the issue. Is for those trailers, they've turned down some of the things to get it to 120 FPS.
But do realistically, you need 120 FPS?
Exactly. That's my point. Is realistically, you could play at 60, heck, even 30, and upgrade some of the graphics. But again, we don't know what's the new Xbox called? The new Xbox Project X, the Xening.
The mini fridge.
The mini fridge. We don't know what it can handle. We also don't know its cost, because I think they're not going to go for 600. I think they're going to try and keep it to 400 to 500. And I think that's what this is here. This is desperately trying to keep the new Xbox on a console budget.
Yeah.
And that's what it can handle.
The screenshot I've got open looks gorgeous. I mean, the Warthog colours look a bit flat. But I think that's just the colour scheme.
Yeah, that and honestly, I kind of like that the Earth stuff is simple yet angle. Because you can get all the fancy stuff later with the aliens. I like that the human stuff is kept simple, almost as if it's mass-produced, as it would need to be. That's good visual storytelling.
You got to appreciate the human race have developed faster than light and jump drives and all that shit. still shoots people with bullets and gunpowder.
I mean, to be fair, it works. I actually kind of like that Halo's one of a few series that guns work on the aliens. Like, there's so many things that, like, okay, this is still a living creature, yet for some reason it's now immune to bullets? Like, what? I don't know, so some of that has always bugged me. But there is some really interesting things I would like to talk about, and that's one of the pistols. One of the pistol has the same colour scheme as the new Banished faction. So you get the feeling that this is the Banished's own equivalent of the pistol.
Yeah, it's there, isn't it?
No, that's a different gun. That's more like the grenade launcher, I think. But that's what I love. Something about Halo I've loved is the different factions have different weapons. And even if it's the same version of those weapons, I still think that's a nice, visual storytelling. But what I now really love, and props to whoever did this, is the Banished faction's pistol seems like functionality works differently to your bog standard pistol. Like your bog standard pistol, shut up phone. Your bog standard pistol is a boring pistol that, just rapid fire, has a bunch of ammo. Perfectly fine for your standard pistol. That makes sense. But the Banished pistol only seems to only have like 10 shots, maybe more when you reload, but also seems to be a much heavier, slow firing pistol. Which, for the Banished, who seem to be all about, I'm running in there at full speed and I'm gonna hit them with everything I have, is wonderful, like, in-game storytelling, and gives us more weapons. Like, that's just such a clever idea that I love. I love it when games do that, when they're like, this is a different version that does different things of the same thing because of reasons that make sense. I love it when they do that, so I really like that pistol. I really love Halo for all its weapons, and I should mention why I think it's interesting that I talk about this and Ewan talks about this. Ewan's played all the Halo games.
Yes.
I haven't. I've played 1, I've played 2, and I've played some of Reach. So I am someone who is getting into the Halo franchise.
Well, hey, you played Halo Wars 2.
That's true.
We did that together.
I did Halo Wars 2. But my point is, I'm still getting into...
it's coming to PC?
Thank God. But I'm someone who is getting into...
Online co-op and online PvE. Oh, yeah. I know what story we're doing next.
Yeah. But what I like is that I really like the Halo series so far, and I'm getting into it. And I'm really excited for this new Halo game. I won't get it when it comes out, because I haven't got the other ones yet. I can't afford it yet.
Yeah.
But when I can, I'm really excited for this.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting to me is some of the fans who are like, I've played Halo from the beginning and I'm super excited for this, are more upset with this.
Yeah, I don't like the grappling hook. That's a gripe I'm going to have. The whole point of Halo is you run in and just beat the shit out of them. You are landlocked. I don't like this whole, look at that, grappling hook around. It kind of feels like,
Well, some people have talked about how it's really interesting for multiplayer, because you don't get it auto-equipped in multiplayer, you have to find it on the map. Which will make this whole level of multiplayer super interesting, I personally think. And I also think that something like a grappling hook is cool, like Master Chief and a grappling hook, but also adds in a bunch of puzzling elements. Which
I don't think I'll like it. I mean, I like Destiny 2 because the gameplay and Destiny is orientated on, you can jump. I don't like Fortnite because everyone's entire playstyle is just jump. I like a game where I have the option to jump, but it's not required of the playstyle, which is what I feel like the grappling hook's going to do. The grappling hook's going to be like, to get up this ledge, you will have to keep grappling hooking, and I don't want that option. I want to be able to just ram my warthog as hard as I can and just scale.
I kind of think that does fit, because think about what he does. It's Master Chief grappling onto his enemies and pile driving them with his armor, which is very Halo to me. But also, I am excited because imagine the cutscenes. Like, that ship that crashes in the trailer? I'm fully expecting a scene where Master Chief is just about to be thrown out of it and grappling hooks on, and you just see him flailing around, shooting, hanging onto the ship with a grappling hook. Like, that's going to be awesome. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I think it also adds in some more melee combat. I'm excited for it. I think that that's a good idea, but I agree. I hope they don't overuse it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to play it and see my opinions after I play it, but I really don't think I'm going to like the whole grappling hook. So if I get an option to not have to use it, then, I'll be happy, and I'll accept that it can be in the game. But which is why I like the Fortnite story mode, 'cause that's what I originally bought before, the Fortnite Battle Royale came out. Because that was great. That was good. And if I ever say just Fortnite, that's what I'm talking about. Because that was great. Survival, build your base, fight against zombies is what it was marketed at. It was when the ads came out. And that's why I got it with my brother. But then the Battle Royale came out and they just forgot about the story mode because it didn't make money anymore.
Yeah. I'm going to turn my phone off. I think that's the only way to put it on silent.
If you just to put it on Do Not Disturb.
It is! It is on Do Not Disturb!
Well, it's clearly disturbing.
Yes!
It is disturbed. But yeah, I think I'm just going to leave the trailer on loop at this point.
That's only some editing. I really like where it's going. I think I'm excited for it, but that's what's interesting to me, is I am someone who isn't like a Halo veteran. I'm really I've tapped in. I'm now consider myself a Halo fan, but I haven't played all the games yet, and I intend to. But someone who has been from here from the beginning has all these complaints, which is really interesting to me. I do like the idea of the Banished. I'm very curious about how the UNHC, is that what it's called for the humans?
UNSC, I think.
The NHS, the human faction. When I really want to figure out how they all died. Like, I want to watch that happen. Because right now in the trailer, it's like they're all dead, and I'm like, whoa, what? And I'm curious, are they all dead? Are you going to find like a rebel faction or a just surviving faction and team up with them?
Well, the whole backstory is why the Spartans were made is because there was a civil war within the human race, basically. And the Spartans were made to eliminate them. And then the Covenants were, discovered Harvest, one of the human planets, and, plasma beamed it and turned it into complete glass.
Yes.
And then the Spartan 2 program was made, which is what Chief is, and that was mainly Covenant warfare based.
I love Master Chief just because it's so over the top, it's almost comedic. But it's so awesome. I just find myself going, that's amazing. And like the ludicrousness it goes. And that's what a good action game, especially Halo, should be in my mind. And I honestly think this game will have that.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's why I'm most excited, is this looks like a Halo game. Which is what I'm getting into and what I'm excited for.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to play it to have my final opinion on it. But
oh yeah, like we haven't played it; it's not out yet. We could be talking bollocks. Like we haven't played it; we don't know what's going to happen. But that's what we think, and why I'm excited, and why I think Ewan's excited. But yeah,
I mean, we'll play it on PC, which is ultimately by default probably going to be better than the console version because the more customizability of people's PCs.
I also feel like some people are defending this game by going, it's just early access, it's not out yet, there's a bunch of stuff they'll change. I'm like, well, hang on.
It's due in a couple months, they won't be able to make major changes.
Yeah, graphics, I think they can change some stuff fairly quickly, but what I don't understand is, when you see like an advert for a car, they don't film it and then go, and then see it crash and then go, we haven't done the brakes yet, that's coming soon.
Yeah.
Though that would be a kind of comedic car advert.
You know what I learned recently? Car adverts don't actually use the car in the adverts. They use a car called I think it's called I think it's either the Blackbird or the Black Box, and it's literally just a frame with a load of like camera and CGI points on it, and then they CGI in the car over this thing. I think I can. How our car?
We're going on a bit of a tangent, but you keep googling that. I'll talk about Halo. Yeah, I like that. I like this new guy who you see.
There we are. It's like, oh god, what is this website? Oh yeah, it is called the Blackbird.
Yeah.
It's this is how they're made. They're all edited over this one car.
Huh. The more you know.
I think I can't remember what video I watched. I don't think it's this video.
Do you know what? Can I just say, that car there, like when you look at it, like the frame, add a few more textures to that, and that's kind of.
See, that's how that's also how they look at the same footage with the different.
But looking at that kind of looks like a Batmobile prototype. Look at that! Look at that thing! I want that thing.
Yeah, but this is literally what they use. It just there. See, that's how the adverts are made.
It does look good though. That's some damn good CGI. Yeah, going back to Halo, because that's the point here, Halo.
Halo.
And the point that I was making is the new guy. The new guy who crashes and was like, no, you don't get to tell me this. I love him. I think he's going to be great. He seems like the person who is being dragged into this, kicking and screaming, and I love that character. The character who's always like, I don't want this. Fuck you. I don't care if it's for the good of humanity. I'm doing it, but I'm not going to be happy.
Yeah.
He also seems quite honourable. How he's like, can we please, I want to go home. And he's like, and Master Chief is just like, let me deal with this, then we'll look together. And he does that, like, look like, okay, you're right, I'll stay here.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have a great relationship, like him and Master Chief. And I'm really excited, because it's always a worry when they add in another character to an already existing character, like, oh, the new side character. But they've been doing, in video games, they've been doing a bunch of really good adding in extra characters to pre-existing characters. Like, look at God of War. Look at Atreus. Yeah. Look at Mamiya. I'm sorry, but Mamiya and Kratos, I love.
Yeah.
Like when because they're just so good together, and it's funny, but it's not out of character funny. Like when he sees a knife and he's like, oh, it's a skilling doom for my homeland. You should take it, lad. And I was like, yeah, take it. You might need to butter bread. See, this is why no one likes you. It's really funny, but it's not out of character, which means it doesn't feel like, oh, we're only doing this for comedic purposes. Ha ha. It actually feels like they would say this. If you threw these two together, it's legit funny and legitimately makes sense.
Oh yeah.
I just like good storytelling and good writing.
I'm trying to find I keep watching it now. Actually, trying to find the frame that the.
Can I just say?
Craig is from.
Do you know what I can't help but notice? The brutes look a lot better in the actual gameplay because they're fully covered.
Yeah, it's from this shot. It's gonna be in a second that it's taken from.
Ewan's just looking for the frames.
Trying to find the flatness that is this brute.
So yeah, we're hoping for. Honestly, I like how it looks. It looks good. I would love a few changes, because in a few changes, I think it could be beautiful. Right now, it is just a really good looking game, but it's not a beautiful looking game.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's flagship quality.
But to be fair, looks super stable. Looks like it's going to be fun.
Here's the Outer Worlds, that thing from Obsidian.
Oh yeah,
Oh no, this is Outer Wilds. My bad.
Wait, is Outer Worlds that one where you're on a planet and your rocket's wood, and you're going around trying to figure out the ancient race beforehand, who made some of the planets?
Oh, I still spelt worlds wrong. I don't think so.
Oh no, then
Outer
it's not.
Worlds is this.
Outer Worlds is this. I'm glad to see we've been distracted by from Halo again.
Yes.
That is good motion capture.
I know.
I do sort of like it in games where they're extra anime, like almost anime in their movements with their over-the-top movements, just because you can do that in this medium, and it looks better when you do it in this medium. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's good to me we're both silenced we watched this trailer. We're making great content here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got sound, so.
Yeah, I'm just enjoying watching the visuals. Oh, that ship looked super pretty.
Yeah. I love how they just got a glow. That's the original creators of Fallout, the creators of the good Fallout.
I heard most of the Fallouts are good, apart from 76. I heard Fallout 4 was good, Fallout 3 was supposed to be good.
Fallout 3 was like solid green. It was like the only color.
So it didn't visually look good. That doesn't mean the game wasn't fun.
True bit. There we are. It's 2018.
No, it's 2020.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, it's 2020.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Anyway, that's our opinion. Looks super stable. Looks fun. Looks like it's going to be a good Halo game. The graphics, we'd like improvements. They're okay, but we'd like improvements. Is that fair to say?
I wonder if Halo Infinite will come to
The Master Chief Collection.
Hmm.
I get the feeling, because it's a new game, it might be DLC. Like, so you can add it to your list of the Master Chief Collection, but it'll be like you would buy it on a DLC.
Yeah, I can't imagine because the Master Chief Collection is already
Yeah.
only less than £30.
Which,
So.
let's be, is fair. Like, as much as I would like it to just come to it and be there for free, they need to make money. Like, there's
Yeah.
only so much we can ask.
I mean, PC settings. It's so much better that there's a whole banner for it.
Yeah. I think that's my biggest problem with consoles is just as of right now, consoles are just cheap PCs. Which means
Especially Xbox, because it's made by Microsoft.
yeah, so they could actually have Windows 10, but they don't.
I mean, they even have like complete mouse and keyboard support now. So
Yeah. Honestly, if I would advertise it as a cheap gaming computer. Because honestly, the computer downstairs that you're buying off me, the server computer, the only reason that's not a gaming computer is it doesn't have a graphics card and it doesn't have an SSD.
Yeah.
But the other components are super over leveled essentially because it was a server.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like 64 gigs of RAM.
yeah, and I spent about £600 on that, but it's worth about 800. Honestly, I honestly think if they just said this is a good yet budget pre-made computer, get a cheap graphics card for like £100, scale back the RAM to 16, get basic bitch processor that will handle most things. It'll be so much better than a console, yet around the same cost.
Yeah. And it will actually force a lot of games to make controller integration into their PC version of the game.
If they stick with controller based games, if this is like if their computer comes with a controller, and all their like games for that are targeted at that computer are for a controller, I'm more than happy. I'd be very happy.
Yeah.
But we've been going for like an hour, and I don't have a voice anymore.
No. It's now time for us to play some games.
I was gonna edit and let my voice fix itself, and then play Satisfactory when we stream later.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, true. Good point. Good point.
Well, I'd like to be able to speak during that stream, and I'm struggling at the moment.
Good point. Good point.
So we will end it there. That's our overall thoughts of Halo. We're excited.
Yeah.
We'd like a couple of things to look better, but apart from that, we're pretty excited.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look at the comparison. Oh, look, so detailed. Have a flat JPEG. Wow, so detailed.
And more than that, Master Chief is normally it's quite simplistic, yet they've just slapped detail on that's made it work super well.
Yeah. Wow, look, so detailed. You can really see the leaves on those trees.
You're a salty individual, you know that.
I am. I mean, look at that. It's so flat. His head is shiny.
Oh, I wondered why my mouse is picking up. My mouse is on Discord. Shit. I wonder how long that's been there. Oh.
I mean, look at that. Look, you can see his individual tears.
Yeah, you can see his hair. I don't understand.
And you get that.
I am wondering if the grunts or the heavies even are just a placeholder almost.
Oh, maybe.
Like,
especially when this was taken from a cinematic, so you thought the cinematic would be better looking than the game.
Do you know what I think they may have done? And I don't know this, but but what they may have done is made the brutes look bad on purpose, even though they already have a much better model, so that they generate torque. And
that seems like shoddy marketing.
You say that, but Halo's now is on everyone's mind because of the visual.
Yeah, but because it's bad.
Yeah, but if they fix it, don't you remember the whole Sonic controversy where everyone talked about it and then they fixed it, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's super cool, but they fixed it. Good job, Sonic team."
Yeah, but that one wasn't on purpose.
Okay, I don't think it was on purpose, and I'm not saying that this is on purpose, but I know some people do think this, and I'm not saying that it is, but I don't necessarily believe that it couldn't be.
Okay, well, you need to need to go, need to edit, need to be gone.
And do all the things while you look at Street Ball.
I've even stopped sharing my screen.
Alright, yeah, go home. That's it. We're done.
Yeah, we're done. We're done. Go home. Watch our next video. Like and subscribe. We're done. We're done. Watch another one. Or not. Just we're done. We're done.
I wondered how long I can get you to keep talking. Okay, bye.